when we
all
got
the
knocked
time,
off.
but we're good.
It's a shame because right before we got knocked off, I was going to tell a very funny joke, but I'm going to have to hold off on it now.
And we got that going. We got people coming in. There we go. Let's get everybody else in here.
Ms. Dissy, Ms. Lizzie.
Well, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't see me, but that's all right.
We see
Well,
you.
have you toggled your video on in the lower left corner?
I thought I did.
Tom, I can see you very well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good looking guy, right?
My mother taught me never to lie.
Okay.
Yes, you're a very good looking man.
Okay. That made my evening.
Attaboy.
And it's there. So if anybody wants to share it, I'm on Miss Liz's YouTube channel. If you want to share it on your platforms, you're more than welcome to.
There you are.
We have guests that are coming in that you might not know that aren't Tea Time guests. They were collaborators that worked with Miss Liz to make all of this magic happen over the 4 years. We also have some of Miss Liz's supporters that have encouraged me to stay strong over the years. We just have a bunch of different people in here tonight. So
It's a party.
So what I'd like to ask all of you guys, because we're going to have a full house and we are live on YouTube right now, put all your information in the chat. So if anybody would like to collaborate with anybody or would like to be a speaker on a podcast, any of that stuff, we have podcast hosts here, we have writers, we have directors, we have music. If you're looking for something, children's books, we have lots of incredible children's authors. For all the viewers and listeners out there that are tuning in to Miss Liz, if you'd like to do some Christmas shopping, check out all of these incredible people. They have books and projects and programs and services. All of my guests here have something to offer. So okay. So I'm just going to give it another 2 minutes and then I'm going to start with a video and then we're going to have some updates and some good old time and see how many people actually enjoyed their tea times with Miss Liz. Okay, that's all there. I'm going to just bounce from screen to screen so that I can get comments that are coming in. There we go. Is this the right one? We got that. Okay, we're going to close this.
So Liz, are these meeting chats that we're putting there, are you copying and pasting them out to the other channel or?
Yeah, I'm going to be sending them out. I'm going to be copying and pasting into the comment section for the YouTube page. So people can reach out to you guys.
Perfect. Thank you.
Not a problem. And if anybody that's watching and is sharing this this event out, if you'd like some information and I don't get it into the conversation box or comments, please reach out. I will get it to you guys. I'm also doing a save of all of the information that is being shared tonight. So you guys, if you don't get it in there, I can get it in there for you guys. Okay, it's all good. So we're going to close this one. I'm going to leave that one open. And we're closing this. Okay. And we're gonna that I need that folder. Where's that folder? Okay. Here we go. You guys can see all my other messy stuff. So we have everybody in here. I'm gonna mute everybody and I'm just gonna share my screen with all of you guys. Do, do. Okay. Go, let's go like that. And we're gonna get. Where is it? There we go. I want this folder. So I'm gonna just minimize you guys and I'm gonna open up this so people can see.
Oh, good.
Are we all still there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Are we set to start soon? Or?
I'm pretty sure we're already live, so Miss Lizzie might be trying to set the video to play or something.
Oh, okay,
unless
gotcha.
it's-
The intro, gotcha.
Yeah, intro
Yeah.
video is playing now.
So we're in the background.
Correct.
I'm not a big fan of Zoom, guys. I just want to let you know that, but I'm okay.
I know. I'm a StreamYard.
Me.
Oh, StreamYard. I like Restream.
Oh, I haven't tried that one. I haven't heard of it.
I suggest to try it because they handle QR codes, and if you guys are familiar with QR codes, they work phenomenal.
Wow, that's fantastic to know.
They really deliver the reach of your show or whatever you're trying to present, your business or whatever, you know.
Thanks for sharing. So it's Restream.
Restream.io.
Mhm.
I know DC who's here. She does Amazon Live.
Oh yeah.
With it. I
Yeah,
haven't tried Amazon Live.
Yeah, Restream. It's a phenomenal network. They love to bring in new features, but they some of the quality there, the audio and the video is excellent. They usually run on like a 1080 4K quality type video.
I'm writing myself a note.
I'm Savage, by the way. I've been on with Miss Liz a few times. She's a great individual.
She is.
Well, I'm not sure if you guys seen the video or if it's working because everything was set for the webinar, but we are doing the meeting. So I hope you got to see the video. If not, you guys can check out the video. It has been put onto Miss Liz's YouTube page. And it's just to show who we have joining us tonight. We have all different people coming in from different countries. We have over 18 different countries that are here tonight with us. So I want to keep it really sweet and really, really close to heart. I'm going to jump to each of the screens. If you can all give a 1-minute update, and then we're going to have some music and we're going to have some entertainment and all that good stuff. Deliala is going to, from Jazz from Peace is going to do something. Nancy Soul. We also have James, who I don't see yet. James Devine is going to be playing saxophone, and we have Kevin Rivette, if he can make it. He's going to be singing some song. We're going jazzy tonight because I love jazz. So we're going to be doing some jazz tonight. We're going to do some soul music and all that. And I think it's good for Christmas time.
Yeah,
So
sure.
I'm going to
So
start with who's beside me, and then I'm just going to pop along. So one to 2 minutes, give your updates and tell your favorite moments of tea time and all that good stuff. And then we're going to just keep moving along. So I'm going to go in the order that I have on the list here because of the different countries that are coming in. It's really late for those guys. So we're going to get them in first, and then we're going to have some fun facts and all that good stuff. So you can spill the tea on Miss Liz on what you found about Miss Liz. So we're going to start with Anjay, if Anjay is here. I think he's just coming in. So we're going to get Anjay, then we're going to get Lukman next, and then we're going to get Dr. Parakal from India. So we're going to do Nepal, Pakistan, and then India. So let me see. Anjay, are you in here? Yeah, we have Anjay here. He's not got a camera, so I'm going to go to Lukman. Lukman, I know you're here. I can see you.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I have a little problem of speaking by the condition of my health. You have to bear me a little bit. Anyhow, it's a really honor for me to be here in front of you, sitting with uh, all of you, to share my point of views and ideas as well. First of all, I would thank to Miss Liz, who is one of my mentor, who is one of my inspiration. It's the third time of the reunion with Miss Liz and all of you again. Um, uh, Before, basically, I am an advocate of human rights, working for peace and justice with different organizations internationally, and leading my own organization which work for education uh, uh, as well. So yeah, I'm not well by my health condition right now, because my tongue is affected from some traumas and other things. That's why. But where we live in some crisis, so we thought different type of things. We learn different new things. Where I have learned a lot of things from uh, this time. So where I have learned, I think that b- um, what I would say about it, uh, we have to be strong in our life. We have to be strong in our in every crisis, in every problem. I strongly believe in God, and that's why I believe that it's a second life which God gave me. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Lugman. I'm gonna jump over to Jonah in Haiti. And Jonah, I'm gonna ask you to unmute yourself and I'm gonna pin you. Jonah, can you hear me? Okay, I'm gonna just keep moving it along because we got a lot of people. So Angie, let's see if you're here.
Hello?
Oh, Jonas is here. Jonas,
One,
can you
two.
turn your camera on?
Okay.
There we go. Jonas, I can hear you. Go ahead. Give us your updates.
Okay. Um, I greet everybody. I am Jonas. I'm from Haiti, little island close to Dominican Republic. Um, so we are sharing island together. So I am a CEO of Vision Hope for Haiti. Oh, in Creole, our mother languages is Creole. That's mean Vision is for Haiti. In English, Vision Hope for Haiti. I can tell I can tell it's a very great opportunity for me and then to see some different kind of faces, and then so I have a special greeting to Miss Liz, and a special greeting again, to everyone that listen and watching me right now. So as I said, and then a young, so we have a young organization, so that we was started in 2014. So until now, we keep continue, with some different kind of projects. Okay, that we planting in this community. So I have to go quick, and in such as we do sponsorship project, and then to assist the parent, the family, okay, to keep pushing their children to school, because as the word says, okay, education is one of the keys, that can make the youth, the people, be succeed in life. That's why we adopted, okay, education. So we do vacation Bible school every summer with the kids, and then also we do Christmas child, and then we invest our knowledges, our so I, as our knowledges, and then all our tools, that we have, as a youth, and then we put all, available, and then to embrace, okay, some different kind of characters, that we have in our community. But so far as everybody maybe can have a little background information about the country where I'm from. So Haiti, as a people said, it's a very poor country, but inside of a poor country, we are not going to base, in the poor resources, that Haiti have, but we have some beautiful place, somewhere else. But so far in the politics, so the big problem, that we have, so our government, they are really neglected, people that living so in the poor community. But that's why, so we as a youth, okay, we put together after January 12, 2010, okay, it was a devastating earthquake in Haiti. So maybe you guys can heard about that too. So we was serving, with the US Army guys, when they came down to help, so to serve, different community in Haiti. So we was serving them. So I was a volunteer, okay, help them with translating English to my mother language, Creole. So we spent 5 months volunteer and then to help the US Army guy, with so that's laying hands, food, okay, to the people just after the devastating earthquake. Just they left when the US Army get back to United States. So I keep going. So serving with missionary medication, we say medicine missionary, and then so I keep learning, other people be generous and serve. So all of those things, was inspire me. So to create, an organization by the name of Vision Hope for Haiti. But we so as I was we say in 2014, and then we started with this, and then until now we keep serving our community. So one of the biggest things, that we are working on it since 2017 until now, to build a big school or primary school like academic school for the for the children in the community because we see
Jonah?
the need.
Jonah, I'm gonna get you to share the rest of the information into the box because we still have a lot of different people that need to still speak. So just put all that information into the box. I thank you for showing up. I really want to appreciate you. I'm gonna go next to Carl Ryans, who is a supporter of Miss Liz, and he's in Trinidad. And I'm gonna get him to say a few words on how he met Miss Liz and what how we've been together.
Okay, that's right. Thank you so much for this opportunity. We love you
Thank you,
guys.
Jonah. Carl, the floor is all yours.
Hi, good evening, good afternoon, all international listeners and viewers. Are you hearing me clearly?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Right, good. I am Carl Ryan, mental health consultant, and I am presently residing in Trinidad, and it's glad to meet you all. I met Miss Liz a few years ago, and since then, we have been very good supporters of each other. In Trinidad, I focus on mental health education, which is paramount over here, and particularly educating persons, conducting mental health assessments, and what I call psychiatric counseling, which is a bit different from what psychologists do. I conduct workshops in churches, in schools, and in the community as well. And generally, I support persons who are finding it difficult to cope with their mental health conditions. Of course, overriding this is the sort of poor mental health services we have in Trinidad. And so our only hospital is over 100 years old, and I believe has outlived its usefulness. So I'm doing what I can to promote positive mental health. And my main goal is to access a large enough property where I could establish what I call a mental health retreat and where we would use farming and agriculture as therapy for the patients rather than the huge reliance on antipsychotic medication. So that is about me in a nutshell. I established an NGO called the NICER Foundation, and NICER, N-I-C-E-R, is an acronym for Neuron Institute, Clinical Excellence and Research. It's a bit futuristic, but hopefully we'll get there at that point. So I'm glad to be with you all. It's my first sort of collaboration with Miss Liz, and I value her support and her commitment to serving humanity at such a high level. And so I wish you all good health, energies, and long life to continue in your journeys. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna go next to Tom Rose. So Tom, I'm gonna bring you up so you can share a little bit. Tom is from the United States. Let me add Tom. There you are, Tom.
Okay. Well, first of all, Merry Christmas to everyone, and a Happy New Year here in another week. I am an accidental author. After the death of my wife from breast cancer in 2019, a friend talked me into writing a book after he read my journal notes. So it's my first book I've ever written. So, but I self-published it, a couple hundred copies, thought I'd sell a few hundred and maybe sell some and to pay for the book and it'd go away. Well, a friend asked me to speak at a organization, and I one speech, and a year and a half later, I'm about to approach my 100th speech on my book. I've been on 40 or 50 podcasts, radio programs, television. It has become my quest, so to speak, my ministry, my mission. I got cocky after I wrote that book and everybody accepted it. I wrote a novel and I got a publisher for the novel. And when I got a publisher for the novel, he said, well, I'd like to have your book, Balloon in a Box, about grief. And I said, okay. Well, he said, what I want you to do is I want you to do an update just right after the end of each chapter, what's happened to you over the last year and a half or so with the speaking. So I've done that. My son joins me and goes with me. He says he's driving Mr. Daisy to the events. My presentation is uplifting. It's not a downer. I tell everybody, we're not on a journey of grief. We're on a journey of love, because without love, there is no grief. So you're really, when you're grieving, you're on a journey of love. And I always make people do one thing. I'm going to make you all do it right now as I sign off and say, thank Liz. I want you to all say, I love you, because we don't say it enough. On 3, everybody say, I love you. I
love you.
Thank you, Liz.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, Tom. I'm going to jump over to the next person I see on the screen, and that's Jeff Rosley. So I'm going to bring you up, Jeff, and you can share a little bit. I'm just going to go with who's next to me on the screen, guys.
Okay. Namaste, Liz, and everybody here. So I met Liz online, and I've been on her show a couple times, and we're actually scheduled to be together again pretty soon. I'm a writer, a lawyer. I'm the president of 2 foundations, one in Nepal and one here in Indianapolis, where I live. The one in Nepal has done basic infrastructure work in a remote area called Basa. And we just completed our first economic development project, which was to create a cooperative pig and goat herd for the village so they can actually make some money. The other foundation, Scientech Foundation of Indiana, focuses on education, primarily STEM education for underserved areas in Indiana. And I'm also a board member of the Indianapolis Peace and Justice Center, which gives educational programs on peace and justice. And I just had my 14th book published, which is a fun tale. It's a novel, but it's based on my actual experience of hitchhiking around the country when I was 18 years old. So great to see you all. Thank you for having me, Liz, and good luck to you, Liz, and everybody else for 2024. Namaste.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Diane, you're next. Dina, I'm going to bring you up. Diane, Dina, I always get her name mixed up. Let's get you to say a few words, sweetheart.
So Diane or Dina?
Dina, Diane.
Okay,
You know
Diane.
me. I always get it mixed up.
I want to make sure because there is a Dina. So hello everyone, Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a blessed new year. I'm Diane Floyd Bain. I'm a children's author and young adult historical fiction. I love Miss Liz. I met her through my publicist that I'm so blessed to have, Mickey Milkinson. And meeting Miss Liz has been incredible. What a beautiful soul she is. And seeing all of you guys, I know you are like Miss Liz. You bring a lot of light and love to the world. And I feel so excited to be part of the reunion. Some of the fun things with Miss Liz is when I'm on her show, it's so free flowing. I don't know where it's going to go and what her questions are going to be a surprise. And so it's very exciting. I've also listened to Miss Liz. If you haven't been to boomer.org, go there. It's an incredible website resource. But Miss Liz's life journeys that she shares on her blogs are so moving and powerful. And Miss Liz, thank you for sharing those stories. Sometimes I'm in tears. They're so beautiful. Besides writing children's books, I love to go out and be into the schools, do school signings. I love, before COVID, I traveled internationally to schools and taught creative writing along with the teachers. And I just get so excited when I'm in the schools. And so that's me in a nutshell. But my thing is all about embracing imagination, to love yourself, be kind to one another, and just enjoy life and be curious. That's what my books are about. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Miss Liz.
Well, thank you so much. Next, I'm going to bring up Dee Dee Johnson to get her to do a few words. Let me remove you. There you go, Dee Dee. It's all yours.
Hi there. Can you hear me?
Gotcha.
All right. Hi. Sorry, I had to get off work. And I just thank you for having me on here, Liz. And I appreciate you in this time. And I am a writer, actress, director. I try to do it all. I try to be a jack of all trades, but I haven't mastered a lot of them yet. So I'm just grateful that Liz let me come on her podcast. And I'm just grateful that I get a chance to do skits and plays. I've written a couple plays of my own, and it was called Pity Party. And I got it from, I went through a horrible divorce. And so I went through a lot of emotions. So I took those emotions and I put them into characters. And I acted it out as a skit. And I was Angry Angela and Lazy Liz, and I was depressed Donna. I was all in people all in one. And I decided to make it as a play. And then I did another one. And then I've been doing other skits. This is my character Eve from the Garden of Eden. I do now. And I do the modern day Eve, what I think Eve would probably have said back in the day when they blamed everything on her and Adam was right there beside her. So I kind of take up for Eve, and it's like, Eve, you wasn't the only one there. But I love doing her. And then I do other little skits and things at church. But I talk about God that's my thing. If I can't talk about God, then I can't talk about much of anything. So that's about it in a nutshell. I have some other projects that I'm working on and for next year. And Liz let me come on and tell my stuff about how I got started. And I just love being able to be myself. And I thank her for allowing me to do that. And that's about it.
Well, thank you so much, Dee Dee. I'm gonna jump over to Rick Delarada. He's got some music for us. We're gonna get some music going, and then we're gonna get a few more updates and a few more conversations going and all of your fun facts and that. So Rick, we're gonna give you a couple of minutes to play some music for us, and then I'm gonna bring back some more people for some more updates.
Thank you so much. I'm going to start out with just an intro of a little Christmas thing, and then I'm going to go into a kind of a original song that I wrote when I was 17 years old called Willie is a Sheep. Somehow it fits into today's world. And then I'm going to just freely improvise. It's part of a free JA, 129th performance of that I'll do today. And hopefully I'll be able to keep it all within a few minutes for you.
Thank you so much, Rick.
All right, let's see. He don't have his own opinion. Willie is a sheep. He only thinks what the other sheep are thinking. He don't care if he's not saying what it really means. He'll just smile and grin, long as he fits in. He don't want what's right for me, but he ain't never gonna be free. Willie is a sheep. He takes what has not been given. Willie is a sheep. He spends so much time pretending that he really cares, but he's never really there. If the truth prevails, only if it fails. He don't want what's right for me, but he ain't never gonna be free. happiness that we are risking. We won't care to fight, and we won't justify those that see the light shine through the light. You don't have to be a sheep if you find out that you know that you can be free. Be free. Be free. Be free.
Well, thank you so much, Rick.
My pleasure.
I'm gonna get Savage up here because Savage has to drop into a production. So we're gonna get Savage going. Let me get you wherever you are. Let me find you. I seen you 2 seconds ago. Where are you, Savage? I see. Okay, Devin, I'm gonna get Devin Moore up because he has to leave as well soon. So let me get Devin up here. There, go ahead, Devin.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Devin Moore. I am the founder of Race to Speak Up, which is an anti-bullying organization. And I am also the author of Devin Speaks Up. That is a children's anti-bullying book. And I had the opportunity to meet Miss Liz and be on her podcast through my publicist. So we was able to talk about the importance of bullying prevention. Now, just to kind of give you guys a quick synopsis on what I do is with Race to Speak Up, we go into schools, we go into companies, organizations to educate students about what bullying looks like, how we can prevent it, how we can solve it, what are the best ways to support each other through being upstanders, someone who supports the target of bullying. And beyond that, when it comes to Devin Speaks Up, that is where we go into schools, we go into different communities to read Devin Speaks Up, which is about my personal bullying story as well, to educate students from young ages as well as overall everyone about how we can effectively have something done and something in place to support all people. So thank you again for having me. And actually, I would really love and appreciate if everyone on this call could really quickly, just on the count of 3, say Race to Speak Up. So 1, 2, 3.
Race to speak up.
Speak up.
Wait, one more time. 1, 2, 3.
Race to speak up.
Speak up.
All right, thank you guys. Okay, have to get off now. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Devin. Have a good night and Merry Christmas. Okay, I'm gonna get Savage up here. You should be there already on the pin. Go ahead, Savage.
Okay, can you hear me good?
Gotcha.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, sorry about that, Miss Liz. I have other things I have to do real quick, but I wanted to jump on real quick with you guys. I met Miss Liz actually a few times with her show. We discussed many things about many lines of work that I'm constantly evolving myself in with acting, comedy, podcasting, talk radio, generalized media. I pretty much do it all, guys. Been in the radio business for well over 20 years. Been aligned with several networks. With iHeartRadio in the mid 2000s, as well as K Rock 92.3 up in New York City, which is no longer available anymore. It's transitioned into a alternative music network. And I dabble in the movie industry, guys, as sometimes as a movie extra, as well as production work with Universal Studios here in Central Florida, as well as other companies I'm not going to get into because of contract issues. But for the last 5 years, I've been basically producing and hosting with the help of some friends that I've known throughout my early foundations with radio, my podcast, Savaged Unfiltered, which you can hear anywhere, guys, on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Music, and I believe there's like 40 other audio platforms that are aligned with that. Wrote a book earlier this year, guys, called America's Political Warfare, Our Modern Civil War, which is available on Audible as well as Amazon.com. It's available in two formats, the Kindle version as well as the softcover. In the midst of actually writing a second book, which I want to give a big shout out to one of the guests that were on with Miss Liz, Joseph M. Leonard, which you probably will see soon, which actually motivated me to write the first book. And he's actually motivating me to write the second book. So that is actually in production. Should have that out in August of 2024. So thank you very much, Joe, or what we call Jokester Joe on my show. But guys, I'm going to make it real short and sweet. I know I'm kind of flying by here. I'm just giving as much information about myself. But, you know, I always ask people, you know, if you have a story, you want to come on the show, whatever background you guys have, whether it's a political background, a comical background, or even you're an author yourself like me, or an actor like myself as well. Come on the show. I'd love to hear your story. I've had it all on my show, from politicians to comedians, whistleblowers, lawyers, police officers, a few J6ers. Everybody's been on my show. So I'm Savaged. And Miss Liz, thank you for having me. And like I always say to Miss Liz, I know I'm funny sometimes, but I love to have your humor back on Savaged. Thanks a lot.
When I come on your show, it's always about meat. I swear I ordered a meat lover the last time I was on there because it was just a pizza lover. You know, thank you, Savage, and I'd be honored to be on your show anytime. Next, we're going to jump on to John Callis because he has to slip out as well. I do realize it's Christmas season, so if anybody needs to go, just send me a direct message and I'll get you up as soon as we can. We're going to go through it really quickly, and we're going to wrap it up with Nancy Soul if she's still here as well. She's going to play some music, so do some singing for us. But I'm going to get John to do his update since being on Tea Time.
Good evening, everybody. First, I want to thank Liz for having me on. And after our show, we were talking and I said, "You're a hoot." And so it kind of stuck between us that she's now Miss Hoot to me. So it's very exciting to be on here. I also want to thank all of you for making a difference in the world and helping people doing what you're doing. I think it's admirable. I think it needs to be acknowledged that we all are doing a lot, and sometimes it's hard. And I just want to thank all of you for making a difference. So my name's John Callis. I'm a 50-year veteran director, writer, producer with 8 award-winning productions, including an Emmy nomination. I'm very active in the film business. I've done iconic work. I've also written 6 novels, and I'm a life experience mental health expert. I welcome people to call me. I've had one-on-one conversations with people to help them through their crisis. And my whole concept is that traumas and anxieties and abandonment issues and anything people are suffering really don't have to define or ruin a person's life. They can be learned to be managed and overcome. I'm not an advocate for drugging people. I'm very much an advocate for helping the mental health process develop. I'm going to keep this short because there's a lot of you folks that should have an opportunity to talk. I did write, well, as I said, 6 books, but my memoir, When the Rain Stops, guides the reader from when I was a ghetto kid to becoming a successful Hollywood director, and what I had to go through with the traumas of childhood, abandonment, losing my dad at 3, and being sent away to military school where I was abused to levels nobody could ever understand. But anyway, that's my story. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. I send lots of love to you all, and keep doing this great work that you're all doing, because it does make a difference. God bless you all.
Well, thank you so much, John. And I'm going to let you skip out because I know your boy's in town, so you enjoy yourself. And Miss Hoot will be in contact with you, and let's do some hooting later. we owe each other a margarita together, so we will stay in contact, John. So you have yourself a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays as well, and stay in touch, and we will make a difference together.
Thank you. Take care, everybody.
Next, I'm going to jump into Jim Price, who has Harold from the Hood, who Miss Liz is getting for her little granddaughter. So I want to get Jim in here. So welcome, Jim.
Thank you for having me. Blessing to be here. Yeah, so my experience with Miss Liz has been definitely very touching because, I mean, we had a very interesting show where we talked about a lot of things, not just about social aspects in terms of kids' development and stuff, but just, having a genuine conversation where it was enlightening the audience to know more, less about, social skills, but about Harold from the Hood, which my my series. So yeah, I'm a children's book author and creator of the Adventures of Harold from the Hood social skills series for K through 6. I'm also a school counselor. I'm from Springfield, Massachusetts. I was raised and born in the same city as Dr. Seuss. So it's like we have that kind of thing where it's almost like my flow and rhythm of how I do my children's books, which I do have a copy right here. You probably can't really see it, but yeah, he's a purple snail, Harold from the Hood. Yeah, so I mean, I have that rhythm and flow and rhyme kind of similar to Dr. Seuss. I always said he's a pioneer in the children's book game, and I kind of kind of unexpectedly kind of following that flow of how he does, Cat in the Hat. When you think about how all those things rhyme and rhythm. So yeah, I'm into that, and I'm a school counselor. I also am just finished up my doctorate degree at American International College. So I'm in the process of just expanding my brand, and in terms of a lot of different things. I have plushies that I'm working on that I collaborate with. I'm also working on a pilot episode cartoon thing that's going to be like just a pilot episode. So I'm trying to expand the brand, and I'm living in my purpose of doing what I'm supposed to do, which is inspiring youth worldwide to be the best that they can be. And I also have my program, Children Learning Social Skills Through Literacy, which I do speaking engagements with. I do read out louds, puppet shows with kids K through 6, development training, and I also have I had put together like a full what is this? A screenplay for The Adventure of Harold from the Hood that was put together for me a while back. So, I mean, I'm just trying to have my hand in everything, but it's all about inspiring the youth worldwide. For me, I've been so unfortunate. My journey has been pretty interesting. I go from writing the first book, and my series been endorsed by Dennis Scott, 2-time Grammy winner, and Annie McPhee. So it's like all the stuff just materialized, and all of a sudden I'm like sitting in Los Angeles on CBS Los Angeles and talking about my book. Like, it's just been a whirlwind of stuff, and along the way meeting so many fabulous and interesting people. I'm just so tremendously blessed. But yeah, that's my story, and yeah, it's so great to meet everyone. Wishing everyone a happy holiday. I was just blessed to be here.
Well, thank you so much, Jim. And don't forget, I'm getting Harold. Now I have an incredible friend who actually lives in Cornwall with me, and we have actually hung out a lot. Stephen Doris is the founder and creator of a co-founder, I believe, for Men Talk and mental health. As you can see, there's a big issue on mental health, and I want to bring awareness to it through my platform. So, Stephen, I'm going to give you the floor now to speak.
Well, thank you very much, Liz, for having me. It's been a while since we actually communicated, and we live so close, but don't see each other. You gave me a boost when you let me do your show. You actually gave me a bit of air under my own wings to help me do what I want to do. Since we did the show, my men's group is going to be celebrating 5 years as of January 27th. We have had 96 people come through the doors as members. Of course, they don't all come, but we average about 12, 13 per meeting. And we even went all through COVID. We never missed a meeting. It was like we did it online. We did it in the parks and everything else, anywhere we could. And also Ivan and I ended up being invited to have our own little TV show here in Cornwall called Man to Man, which is strictly for men's mental health. We've just recorded our 43rd episode, so it's been going well. Also, I wrote a book like everybody else here seems to be doing. Mine is not published. Mine is still here, being typed every time I turn around, because instead of typing, I hand wrote it. So like I got over 200 pages. I'm only at 100 pages typed, but it's a memoir about my journey, how things have turned around, and how fortunate I am to still be here, like after the crappy beginning of my life. But life is full of wonders, and I just keep moving forward. And I'm thankful to everybody. And like I listen to everybody talking there. We do have a theme going about mental health, and it's all about mental health. We have to make sure that we let people save it. And we I preach, I walk the walk and I talk the talk. If you're going to talk about mental health, take care of your own. I had my own troubles in the last year or so. And so, I tell people where to go, what to do, and how to do it. Well, I had to listen to myself and do the same things, because if you're going to tell somebody what to do, you got to do your own crap. That being said, that's about everything that's going. I'm happily married still. She still wants me in the house, apparently, so I'm doing good. And that's it. That's it. Thank you for having me, Liz. And I hope to see you in town someday.
I know, right? We need to get we need to have a cup of tea together. Like, it's been ages. We're so close, but yet so far.
Yeah, I've been down your street a couple of times, but you've never been outside.
I've been inside working.
Oh,
Well,
by the
thank you
way,
so much.
I'm starting a podcast in February on mental health also. So we're hoping to launch in February if everything goes right. So
Awesome. Keep me posted for that, Stephen, and I'll put that as an update on the page for all the people out there and all my viewers and listeners, all my other guests that have been here. I'm going to jump to Bob, because I don't want Bob to fall asleep on me. I want him to give me a big fish. Did you catch a big fish since the last time we've been together?
Actually, I went out a couple weeks ago twice, and it was fun. One day was really calm, and I didn't catch many, but the next day was rough, and I caught a bunch of them. So that's how it goes out there.
So how's the book going?
Good. I had a great time with you, Liz, when we were on the Teatime. You really took an interest in your guests, and I really enjoyed it, and I appreciate you having me on.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, I wrote a book called A Flicker in the Water. It's about my experiences fishing in the Gulf of Mexico. And Liz really enjoyed the stories, and she was great. And I'd do it again in a second. I'm working on another book now about baseball and the franchises in Major League Baseball, and I've got some football poems also. So that's what I'm doing.
Well, thank you so much, Bob. I'm going to let you rest up so you don't fall asleep on me. Stay awake. We only got a little bit left to go. I'm going to bring Joseph in, because Joseph is another one that likes to pick on me. And you know what? The men that have been on my tea time are kind of like my big brothers, or some of them are even like husbands. Like they just really pick on me a lot. So I'm going to get Joseph on here.
Yeah, well, been spending most of this time trying to figure out how to make fun of your hat, but I'll just let it go.
It's a moose. It's the Canadian moose.
Yeah, I am Joseph M. Leonard, aka J. Leonard Detroit, on 15 different social media platforms, activist, author, podcaster, host of Constitutionalist Politics, available on 15 different podcast platforms, co-host of Savaged Unfiltered. You heard from Michael, aka Savaged, earlier. I'm known as Jokester Joe there, as Miss Liz knows extremely why. And I'm the holder of more than 36 copyrights, but I only currently have 3 internationally available books. Terror Strikes Coming Soon to a City Near You, Christitutionalist Politics, which is based off of the Christitutionalist Politics podcast, how to write a book and get it published, hints, tips, and techniques. Because after going on a billion different shows, then asking me to come back to talk about writing and publishing. And Amazon has plenty of how to upload your book to Amazon, but not a book about from beginning, the creative to the post, the marketing and all that in between. So I wrote that one. And then I'll leave you with the joke I've been running around telling today. Hopefully it won't upset anybody. But on Facebook, there's been a meme being shared about a guy running out of a liquor store with a bottle of Jack Daniels in his hand. And the guy in the meme says, with all the expensive liqueur, that's what you steal, a bottle of Jack? And my first thought is, if one makes off with the Jack, does that make one a jack off? Well, I see a couple people laughing at least. I hope I didn't offend anybody, but hey, that's why I'm Jokester Joe. I can never pass a lame pun. But and I put my stuff in the chat, of course, so anybody wants to reach out, feel free.
Well, thank you so much, Joseph. I'm going to go to Linda Drattle, who actually was in one of my blogs on my website. So let me get Linda up here. Add Linda. Linda, can you?
Hi there. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
So thank you so much for having me on this podcast. And it meant a whole lot to me to be interviewed by you, Miss Liz, for on StreamYard. And it especially meant a lot to me because I'm deaf and I use captioning to understand what everyone's saying. And Miss Liz worked so hard with me at one point for over an hour to make sure captioning was working. So that being said, I have written 2 books. I have a 3rd book that's going to be published next year. 2 are poetry books, and 1 is a children's picture book that I co-authored. And my stories and my poetry are about self-reliance and struggling. The children's book is about a dragon who self-isolates because he can't imagine anyone would want to be his friend, given that he's so different. And then he meets a boy who ignores everything that's different about them and becomes his friend. And it's a lovely story. I identified with the dragon because of my being late deafened, and I felt nobody could possibly want to be my friend, and I stopped going to parties, that sort of thing. And my co-author said, no, she identifies with the dragon because she's half Mexican and she doesn't feel like she fits anywhere. And our illustrator said, no, that dragon's me because I'm the son of Filipino immigrants, and he didn't feel like he fit anywhere. So that's sort of where that went. And my writing, I actually started seriously writing after I was losing my hearing because I felt like I could at least create characters that could talk with ease with each other and understand each other. And then I met with a group of friends and I read the story, and each one accused me of talking about them. And I was like, no, the story's about me. And that's when I realized that not only is writing a great cathartic exercise, but it helped rebuild channels for me to stay in connection with everybody else. I'm going to be presenting on this topic in the Netherlands in March and in Florida in September, both late deafened organizations that asked me to explain how writing has helped me and yeah, that sort of thing. So anyway, thank you all for having me on the podcast here, and I want to leave time for everybody else. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Linda, it is a pleasure. And Linda was also in a blog on one of my blogs on my website. So if you want to check that out, she wrote a poem called The Musk Duck because we had a viewer that wanted her to write a poem and she wrote that. So it's on there and it'll be published in Miss Liz's poem books that'll be coming out soon. So next I'm gonna get to James. I see James is here now. So I'm gonna get James to play some saxophone for all of us. I see you somewhere.
Hi,
Where are
everybody.
you? There we go. Thank you, Linda. Thank you so much, James.
Thank you.
That was a real pleasure. So James, how you been since we've been on Tea Time?
I've been really good. It's been probably the best month I've had with this self-employment journey. Anyway, and Thanksgiving I got to have 7 of my 10 grandkids over.
Oh wow. So you all ready for Christmas?
Yep, definitely ready for Christmas.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, James. I appreciate you playing the saxophone for us tonight. I like to change it up every year. I like to add some music, some comedy, some plays, and all of that. So I'm going to keep it going because we still have a lot of people here. We have Nancy. Nancy, I'm going to close up the show with you so you can sing and bring the feel of Christmas to everybody. So Nancy, you're going to be last. I'm just giving you a heads up. You got to stick around, girl. So I'm going to go to Frances Altman next, and then I'm going to go to Judy Ryden after that.
Good evening.
Good evening, Frances. How are you?
Yes, well, it's been great here. 8 months later, after publishing my new book, Destiny's Daughter, about Mary Edwards Walker. In case you don't know, she was a Civil War soldier and America's first surgeon, female surgeon, and the only woman to have received the Medal of Honor. So it's I've been chugging along, getting good reviews. And of course, I'd like more podcasts and more radio, and that's what I plan to do in the next few months, I guess. Up until June, that's when Mary Walker's portrait will be will be minted on a quarter in your pocket, so you can be jingling along with her quarter in your pocket. In case you don't really know, there are about 12 or well, maybe even 20 quarters, U.S. quarters being minted over the past this year, last year, and the coming year that bear women's portraits on them. So anyway, I do want to thank you, Liz, for inspiring me at 86 to get out there and be competitive with some younger people in promoting their book. So I don't have much else more to say, except that's what I'm going to be doing for the next few months. And Merry Christmas and good wishes to everybody.
Well, thank you so much, Frances. It was a pleasure having you on Tea Time. And let's stay connected and let me know where that coin is so I can get myself a coin.
Well, it's coming from the U.S. Mint, so I hope, of course, people don't carry so much change in their pockets anymore, but it'll be available June 3.
Awesome. Next, I'm going to get Ann Chittapelli in, and she's going to give us, and then I'm going to go to Judy because I did say I was going to Judy next.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can.
How are you, Liz?
I am good. And yourself? Well, goodness, it's good to see you, girl.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. And this is just a great opportunity for all of us to make connections. That's what I'm about, making connections through my writing. Actually, this is a really good time for me because I will be hopefully promoting another novel in the spring, and I just sent it off to my editors. So it's really exciting. I'm a multi-genre writer. I started out with poetry, and I've done nonfiction essays, a memoir, and a short story collection and 2 novels. The most recent one will be coming out in the spring. I'm also a visually impaired writer, and I like to bring that into my work at different levels. My memoir certainly talks about that, and I'd like to be able to make connections with people so they can understand about people with disabilities and our challenges, and also, just to make things clear that we're just like everybody else. We just need a little bit of a handout every now and then. So I just, that's all I really have to say. Peace and joy and blessings to everybody. And I can't wait to listen to more of you good people.
Well, thank you so much. And again, let's stay in touch. When that new book comes out, we'll get it out there for you as well.
All righty. Thanks.
So Judy, I'm going to get you going, girl.
Great.
First of all, I echo some of your sentiments, all of you, that I'm honored to be amongst you. And I really believe that thought leaders and change agents are finding each other right now. And Liz, I think you're a magnet for them, just from what I'm seeing in this group. So may we all find each other and find ways to help the world together, so that, because there's some real need for people. I work in workplace culture transformation. I'm an author. I have a book called What's the Deal with Workplace Culture Change? It was published by People Tested Media. I have 250 published articles. I was just featured in CEO Weekly, which I put in the feed. But what I really want you to know about me is that my mission is to create a world in which all people love their lives. And so I'm actually really loving my life. And I will say one thing that has happened for me recently that has been super helpful is I'm reading a book called You're Not Broken. And it actually tracks with my own work, but it is helping me personally go deeper, that the biggest problem we're all facing is believing there's something wrong with us. That's the problem. So as soon as we realize there's not, we don't have to prove anything anymore. And Liz, I felt that with you right away. I felt like I didn't have to prove anything to you. It felt very natural to be with you. And I did something for Liz that I love to do. I did a human design on her and combined my energies and her energies to see what strengths are created between the two of us. And I just want you all to know that in case any of you want to do a human design, because I think we're all called to understand ourselves deeply and to understand who we are with one another. So that's really all I wanted to share. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much. Next, I'm going to jump over to Doug Lawrence. And he joined me last year for the first time, and he came for both shows. So I want to get Doug's words on where you've been and what you've been doing, because I've been seeing a lot about you, Doug.
Hopefully all good.
Yeah, most of it's good.
So, well, thank you for having me on your on this show and for being on a couple of the others. And I just checked my messages, and I see that our great publicist friend Mickey Mickelson has got me scheduled one more time. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And what I wanted to share tonight was the aspect of how great a host you actually are, that I know you put me at ease, and you made it so much easier for me to tell my story. And my story was such that I had published international bestseller book, You Are Not Alone, which it deals with mentoring, mental health, and grief. And it was actually a Global Book Awards bronze medal winner as well. So that's all new stuff that sort of happened. And my story has been sticking much the same around mentoring, mental health, and grief. And I lost my wife to cancer in 2021. And that's been sort of the motivation that I've needed to write this next book. And we're in the manuscript editing phase of that particular book. But all of that, having said all of that, that would not be possible without your support and your guidance, Miss Liz. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, Doug. And it's always a pleasure to see you. And I will see you in the new year. We are scheduled for a tea time. So a lot of the guests are coming back. And that's what I really appreciate is the ice is already broken. So I can get a little deeper with all of you guys when you come back the second, the third, the fourth time. Lugman's been on Tea Time 5 times. So he just loves coming on Tea Time. So he's the top rank right now. He's been on Tea Time 5 times. So thanks again, Doug. I'm going to get to Roxanne, and I know that Charles has left, but let's get Roxy on here and let's get her to share a little bit on her stuff and her books and updates.
So Liz, thank you so much. And I got to tell, everybody's sentiment is the same on here. You are just a magnet for fun, a magnet for opening up and chatting with people. And you make this holiday season a much better place just by being in it. And seriously, you need to go ahead and pat yourself on the back, because you are an amazing individual. So, I'm here because of Mickey Mickelson, like many of the folks on here. And, it's wonderful to be a part of this. My co-author and I, Charles Brakefield, so we write as Brakefield and Berkey. We have done 2 books this year. We kind of have been dabbling in cozy mystery, which has been a lot of fun. And our thrillers are doing very well. But, mostly it's connecting with people. It's great to be a part of a group where we can do podcasts, we can share things, we can, I post blogs that would be available to people when I review books. So, it's just fun to be a part of this wider group and this global group. So Liz, thank you very much for just having us on Tea Time, and I can't wait to have some more tea.
Well, thank you so much, Roxanne. I really had a pleasure with you guys, and I like the Dark Vader, the little guy that Charles brought in. So it was really good, and it was May 4th. So may the force be with you. So when you guys were on Tea Time, so may the force be
Exactly.
with all of you guys out there. We always make a difference, and we always support one another. And that's what I've done, is I've supported all of you guys, and you have all supported me, and you're here tonight. So I want to thank you all for that. I'm going to jump into Allison Hammond next, and then I'm going to jump into, let me see, who do I still have here? Simone. I'm going to jump into Simone because she's in Trinidad. And then I do see Anjay is here, so I'll get you guys in that order. All good to go, Allison.
All right. So I am Allison Hammond. I'm located in Kalamazoo, Michigan, which is right here in our mitten of Michigan. And I am a visual facilitator, which means that my technology is markers and a whiteboard or a piece of paper. And so I don't do a lot of talking in my work. I do a lot of drawing. You talk, I draw. And I wanted to say, Miss Liz, that you have been my answer in the mornings. I don't watch the morning news anymore. I usually watch your podcast if I'm not watching another podcast, because it gives me good news. I learn something every single time. There's so many different people that you bring on. And what I want to say is, you do your homework. I learned more, I think, about myself doing an interview with you than I think maybe I shared with other people. So I'm really, really grateful to be here. And I did want to say, one of my visions is to bring drawing back to the whole world, and for more people to start using drawing for visual thinking, because most of us are visual thinkers. And frankly, we drew before we wrote. People wrote on cave walls to do planning and to communicate with each other. I'm just bringing that back. Happens to be markers and a whiteboard. Thanks, Ms. Liv. Everybody have a good holiday season.
Well, thank you so much, Allison. And I can't wait to see what you bring up to the table, and we should have tea again together. I'm going to get Simo on. I do see her now. Yes, I do. There we go. There's my girl.
Hi, good night, everyone. Hi, Liz. It's such a pleasure to be here. Sorry, it's a bit dull. I'm Simone Paxton. I hail from the beautiful Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. And I just want to commend all of you for the work that you're doing, and for Miss Liz as well. I mean, it's really been a pleasure meeting her, knowing her over these past few years. We met on Teatime a few years back. And also, I am president and founder of a nonprofit organization, the Sophia Miriam Foundation. And Ms. Liz came on and did a talk with our girls a couple of years ago, and she also shared some book presents, posted all the way to the Caribbean for them. That was really lovely and appreciated. And we just finished our graduation actually on Saturday gone for our teen girls from all over the world. We have a couple of people in the UK and in the US, some from Suriname, some from Guyana, Dominica, obviously Trinidad, St. Lucia. We have girls from all over the Caribbean and the world who now take part in our Girls Empowerment Program. And it was really, really a pleasure, to have them, and so much love and appreciation shown. And, just to know that you're making a difference in the lives of young women. It has always been my passion to help empower others. I love entrepreneurship. That's one of my passions, and agriculture as well. And I really enjoy working with young people and, helping them to gain the tools for a better future, something that I wish that, I had, and if I had more guidance, probably sometimes you'd make less mistakes, Then, mental health expert in Trinidad here as well. So I just want to say goodnight to Dr. Ryan. So it's really lovely. I hope to, connect with some of you in the very near future.
Well, thank you so much. We need to connect again. It's been too long. She was on season 2, so
Well, that's a long time, isn't it?
that is a long time. That's 2 years ago. We're going into the 3rd year. We're going into season 5. Anjay, are you there? I see him there, but I'm not sure if he's here. So I'm going to come back to Anjay. I'm going to go into Nancy next. Nancy Nance, who is also a co-author with me in Sacred Hearts Rising and a sister and a friend. So let me get Nancy in here. There you go, Nancy. Oh, you're on mute, girl. Let me see. Let me help you out here. Nancy, where are you, Nancy? Nancy, you're on the phone. Okay. Did you get that message?
Look at you just rocking it all on. I'm so grateful. Yeah, I usually don't use the phone. I usually use my laptop, but that's out in Taxland, that place that we go to once a year because, well, yeah, enough said. Yeah, Liz and I, we were a part of Sacred Hearts Rising, which was a blessing. It was a huge blessing, diving into the world of writing, as many of you have done. It's a beautiful place to be. It's just truly wonderful. And Liz does have that ability to help us all just be ourselves. It is her grace and her absolute amazing that helps us all so very, very much. Greatly touched to be able to meet all of you in the most wonderful, wonderful ways. I have 2 podcasts right now. One that's called What Matters Most, and the other one is called Recover Your Joy. My co-host is the amazing Daphne McDonough. She's on both of the podcasts most of the time. And we've got some extraordinary guests coming up. So looking for a few more. I've got some pre-records I'm working on and then scheduling into the spring. So lots of good stuff coming up. And like y'all, I'm making the big, bold step into my memoir. My memoir is about the loss of a child, addiction, many layers of trauma. It's been an interesting ride when I've been diving back into where I am no longer, into those feelings of anger and betrayal and abandonment. It's a lot of fun. So I'm meeting with my publisher now and cruising along. So yeah, it's good. What did you say about singing?
Singing. There's no singing coming on from me.
I thought you said I was going to sing. I'm like, I've been practicing in my car, but I'm not quite ready for that yet.
No, we have Nancy Soul in from the cruise ship who's going to be singing. She's going to wrap it up.
Oh, good.
I thought you wanted me to sing. I can't. I sang one song and that was for Sacred Hearts and that's all I'm doing.
Right.
I was open and willing, but I'm a little bit nervous.
Karaoke carpool.
Right.
You never know, what we could start that.
A few more glasses of wine and anything's possible.
She just sprung that on me, Nancy. So I'm thinking scrambling, going, okay. I thought I was going to talk about something else, but that's okay. I'll pony up. I'm ready.
Next, I'm going to get James in so he can give us an update. He has to run as well. A lot of these guests, it is Christmas time, so I do appreciate you guys taking this time for me tonight and for all of my audience out there. So, James, welcome. Oh my goodness, it's been since season 2. Like some of these guys I've been seeing like 2-3 years ago. Like, wow, James, nice to see you again.
Well, thank you, Liz. And yeah, we had a great time together. And when we talked, I was running my RBT, which is like a fitness organization, which I still run, and we still put on a show once a year for people that do a bunch of weight loss. But my primary thing is I've been a director, producer, writer, and I've done different things, fitness type documentaries and UFC type documentaries. And most notably, maybe George St. Pierre, obviously, kind of from the Montreal area. And I was born in Cornwall as well. And I'm working on right now a documentary about the sports car industry in Toronto. So it's kind of a fun, sexy type of project. And but it's got a lot of heart to it as well. So I'm in the process of editing that right now. And so it's not like the charity type of stuff and the sort of things that are here, but it's entertaining and fun, and it has a lot of eccentric characters. And we've got one character that we follow, and he sort of starts out very just totally focused on being superficial. And I know we have like some disabled people here and stuff. He sells like disabled things so that some of these like guys that drive the sports cars can park in handicap spots. But by the end of the movie, he ends up kind of finding himself because we have this charity run where he meets a young boy that's had a couple of brain surgeries, and they kind of form this bond that you wouldn't expect. And by the end of the movie, he's a very different person. So it's kind of a fun, sexy movie with a heart to it. So right now we're trying to. I'm making offers to like celebrities to get a narrator, and so that's an interesting process. And we've been putting offers to some A-level people, but we'll see what ends up happening over the next few weeks with it. But it's definitely fun to be doing.
Well, awesome. Thank you, James, for joining me. I'm going to let you skip out. I know that you have other things as well to do. I really appreciate you taking the time to join me. I appreciate all of you guys for sitting here and listening to all of these updates. If some of you have to skip out, I do understand it. This was not a mandatory tea time. This was a time for us all to just align and get to know each other. If you want to see what other flavors and blends were coming to the table, you know, I hit on topics that resonate.
Thanks for all of your time, guys. I really appreciate it. Much love.
Well, thank you, James, and have yourself a Merry Christmas.
You too, guys.
Next, I'm going to go to Marianne Sukokos from Owl's Authors, and she's going to talk about Alzheimer's and dementia and all that good stuff that they got going on. So there you go.
Hi, Liz.
All good.
Thanks for having me on. I'm Marianne Shuko, and I'm with All's Authors. We're the global community of authors writing about Alzheimer's and dementia from personal experience to light the way for others. Our mission is to provide quality, vetted books for people on a dementia journey. Anybody who is familiar with this or any other kind of catastrophic medical issue in a loved one knows that it can be overwhelming, and we are often caught unprepared. So what we try to do is to help people who are suddenly found in this situation of caring for somebody with the dreaded illness, and to help them find good books, blogs, podcasts, and other resources to help give them the information that they need. So we've been doing this for 8 years now, and you can visit our website at allsauthors.com. And there we have a blog, we have a new book, a new author every 2 weeks. We have over 350 authors, more than 350 books in our collection, and we do a podcast, and that comes out on the alternate weeks. We do virtual events, and we have a bookstore that's categorized for ease, because people don't have time to go searching online looking for stuff and not knowing if what they're looking at is relevant or useful or of good quality. So we try to provide people with a good place to go to make it easy. And I don't do this by myself. There are 10 people on our team, and everybody's a volunteer. So if you are in that situation or know somebody who is, have them check out the website, allsauthors.com. It came about because I had written a novel about Alzheimer's and dementia called Blue Hydrangeas. and I was having a really hard time finding an audience. So I reached out to some other people that I knew who had written on this topic, and we decided to get together and cross promote each other's books. And that was back in 2015. And now there are over 350 of us, and more coming. Our blog is booked into, we're starting to book into May, and in May of 24 right now. So we're kind of busy. So thank you so much. It was great to be here to see all these lovely people. So many people on a great mission, or has written such wonderful books and based on their personal experiences, which are very interesting and unique. And I'm just happy to be here. And I met Liz through, I think, one of the podcast matchmaking services, and we did our show back in October. And it was really a joy to speak with her. And she asked a lot of great questions, like everybody says. She really made me think. So I appreciated that. So thanks so much.
Well, thank you so much. It's so nice to see you again. Next, I'm going to jump into Gloria Peterson, get her up here. Trying to get everybody on before we wrap up. We are scheduled to close at 9 o'clock, so I want to get everybody out of here by 9 o'clock. So Gloria, the stage is all yours.
Okay, well, thank you. I was referred to Miss Liz by Jackie Jacoli, and I don't think she's on here. I saw her earlier.
She was, but she had to skip out.
Okay, well, I wanted to thank her because she referred me to you, and I had a great time with you. You had an amazing network. Oh my God. I'm going through and I'm reading these chats and I'm listening to what everybody says, and I think, what a network you have. My goodness. But a little bit about me, Gloria Peterson. For 30 years, I specialized in doing seminars, training, speaking engagements on image and interpersonal skills. And I wrote 4 books on those topics. These are the books. They come under the category of the art of professional connection. So they're all about image. They're all about presenting yourself well to other people, meeting over meals. There's etiquette protocol, all those wonderful ingredients inside of all those books. But what brought me to Ms. Liz, though, is during COVID, I decided to sit down and kind of reflect, because you couldn't go anywhere and you couldn't do anything, but you could reflect. And I thought about those 30 years of that topic, and I thought, gee, do I really want to continue, or do I want to make a change? Because if I'm going to make a change, this is the time to do it, when you've got just nothing but time on your hand anyway. And I started getting curious about this mindfulness movement. Certainly, it's been around a long time, but I started diving into it, and I started YouTubing and trying to figure out, what is this thing? What is this movement? I've journaled a lot off and on throughout the years. But I was gifted during COVID a gratitude journal. And I'd never seen one written quite like that before, in like workbooks fashion. And then I did that for a while. Then I thought, well, wait a minute. There's a certain way I like to journal, and certain pieces that I want in the journal based on what I'm researching and what I'm learning. So I decided, yeah, I'm an author. I'll write my own. So that's why I was on her show. I wrote a book called Mindfulness and Health Watch, where I combine, and it sounds like the majority of this audience is on the same page, where I am getting you to think more about being in more control of your emotions, your reaction to things, your life, your everything, but also not forgetting that there's the health component too, your physical self. And I think one of the reasons I said health watch, because I'm kind of thinking health watch, and I'm thinking in terms of steps. I found out through a physical that I had. I wanted to have a full physical at this particular stage of my life, this age, and I'd never had a brain scan before. And I was shocked when I found out that I had a stroke scar. So at some point in my life, I had a stroke and I didn't know it. And I know when it was. We figured it out. I was a stabbing victim at a department store some years ago. And when my body went into shock, that's probably when that happened. But it didn't happen enough to damage me. But also over time, as you get into my age category, we'll leave that alone there. Sometimes blood flow and oxygen flow to the brain starts to get hampered a little bit. And I learned from my neurologist and my cardiologist that, I've got to walk, I've got to force that blood flow, I've got to force that oxygen flow, because I was starting to get worried about dementia because it was in my family, Alzheimer's. I was getting scared that I was coming down with that already. And so I just got on it. And when I found out that worked and it was changing things, that I was not being as forgetful as I once was, and I was disciplining myself to the walks focusing on the health part of it, I wanted to share it. So I wrote another book. This book is done well, and I just did the 2024 edition. It will be uploaded to Amazon this week. I think by the end of next week, there will also be a Spanish version. I had several requests for a Spanish version. So I thought, hey, why not? And I just find it's just a healthy way to think. We talk about mental illness and mental health. And I think each of us has to take control of our own. We can't help other people until we take control of our own and we find a way to be happy in sad situations. I don't know how else to put it, but that's who I am, and that's the journey I am now on. And I also feel that as I go back to this world, which I will, I'm putting this component in there because I think sometimes we're teaching skills, and skills are great, but if you're not and don't have the right mindset and control of yourself, those skills aren't going to work. You're going to learn skills and they're just going to go to the wayside. Nothing's going to happen there. You've got to get control of you first, and then the skills will work. And that's the page I'm on now. But thank you for inviting me. I've enjoyed listening to all of you. I stayed put. I'm staying to the end because I'm enjoying all your stories and your experiences with Miss Liz. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. It is a pleasure to see you again, Gloria. I'm going to bring up my sister, my co-author, my friend, my encourager, Jennifer Grenier. She is a woman that pushes me when I have those downer days. So, Jennifer, you are up. The stage is all yours.
Thank you for that introduction, Liz. And you're not supposed to make me cry before I start talking.
I got to make someone cry.
It's an honor to just know Liz on a deeper level, and to collaborate with her and Nancy too, in Sacred Hearts Rising was really a dream. I was a mom at 14 and a widow at 18. I spent most of my life consumed by heaviness and grief and just trying to find that joy. When I met Liz, she actually helped me come in contact with the woman who actually started Sacred Hearts Rising, who actually is a relative of mine, and I didn't even know that that was all happening. But when you align yourself with people that are meant to be there, everything just falls into place. And I was praying for a way to share my story, and Liz just happened to be there a few provinces away, and here the lady that was actually founding the book lived in my hometown, and or from my hometown. And so that's how my journey with Liz started. I spent the majority of my life, like I said, consumed by a lot of heaviness and grief. And I feel halfway through my life, I was given the opportunity to almost start my life over again. And it has been filled with joy and love and peace. And I have 2 beautiful children and a bonus son. I have 4 grandchildren. It's just beautiful. And what I love to do now is to be able to help other people just spread that joy and that love with one another. And I do that by doing that with cards and forming those relationships and building, just in the world that we live in, we don't tell people how much we actually care and love them and how much they mean to us. And in a second, that can all be gone. And that happened to me personally on a deeper level when my sister passed unexpectedly while she was on a holiday. And we can just never tell the people we love enough how much we truly care about them. And so I absolutely adore creating cards and sending them to people. And I love to teach other people how to do that too. So thank you, Liz, and blessings to all of you.
Thank you so much. I really, really this woman has been my lifesaver. Like, she has pushed me through a lot of hardships, and she's also did the forward in book 3 of Miss Liz's TEA books. If you want to check those out, you can check that out on Amazon and all that good stuff in Miss Liz's website. But tonight I want to celebrate all of you guys. I do want to get May in here, then I'm going to get Dr. Karen in here, and then I'm going to get Ann Charles, and then Isaiah, and then we're going to wrap it up with Nancy. So we got less than 12 minutes, so let's do this, guys. So let me get May in here, and then we're going to wrap it up for season 2023. May, are you there? She might not be. Okay,
Maybe not, but
maybe not. So let me get Anne in here. Anne, I know you are wrapping gifts with your children, so let me get you in here. There she is. Let me get you up here, girl. There you go.
You okay?
I am good. All good.
Great. I got just one left, and I'll take that in the house. Had to come out to my office to wrap. I have only just been writing and doing writing related stuff. I write fiction, mix of genre fiction, mystery, humor, adventure, action, all that good stuff, with the goal of giving people just something to smile about or laugh about and take them away from all the current stuff going on in their lives. Give them a little break. Holiday on the page, having a good time, and that's pretty much it. What I do in a nutshell, I have I think it's 36 or 37 books now out there, and they're all available in ebook, print, and audiobook. So, and when I was on your show, I had such a good time. I did grab a hat. There's my hat for you. We had so much fun wearing hats when I was here. So I'll be seeing you again in March, and I look forward to it, and I'll have a different hat. So,
oh, awesome. Yeah, we're going to do hats.
It was wonderful to hear about all of you guys. I've been here the whole time just listening, and you guys are all amazing.
Thank you so much. I'm
with
gonna
that
get...
hat, she's got to do a Russian jig now. Hey, there we go.
Okay, let me get, I think I'm going to get Isaiah in here. He is a friend who has supported me along the way. Let me get you in here, Isaiah. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Maybe he fell asleep. I'm not sure. Let's see if we can get May in here. We're going to wrap this up. May, can you hear me? She's muted. Okay, let me go to Karen. Oh, Isaiah, let me get you. I see you. You popped on the screen. There you go. Share a little bit on how we know each other and all that good stuff, Isaiah.
Hey, hi everyone. Good evening. My name is Isaac. I got to. I was checking on LinkedIn during when COVID eased, and I was, just connecting because the only thing to do at that time was just to work from home, and I was working on my LinkedIn profile. So I was reaching out to folks within Ontario. And I stumbled on Miss Lee's page on LinkedIn. So we connected on LinkedIn, and I booked some conversation. And funny enough, we actually I'm a member of Rotary Club, which when you connect on LinkedIn, it shows any member that is connected to Rotary as well. You get on that page. So we talked about Rotary and through my club and Beasley's club and an e-club, we connected and we did some partnership together as well. For me, I think it's life is really, really great. Just meeting friends online. The book that you wrote as well. I remember I bought the books. I read the books and sent the book to my mom in Nigeria as well. And she, I mean, you were really talking live. And I really want people to know that there are many people around the world that are reading those books, and and their lives are really being touched. So thank you very much for putting up the book, and for sharing your story as well. Everyone, I mean, you all have amazing stories. Thank you for staying strong, and and making the world a better place.
Oh, thank you so much. I don't know, you sound like a little robot or echoing. I don't know if anybody else heard that, but thank you so much for joining me tonight. I want to call up Mickey, and then I'm going to call up Dr. Karen, and then we're going to go to Nancy, and she's going to wrap it up with some soul singing. So let me get Mickey in here.
Hi, everybody. What are we doing? We're just explaining. Sorry, I came in late, so I'm not sure what's. Hi, Diane. Sorry, what's going on?
So Mickey, just a quick update on how you know me and all that good stuff and how long we've been working together.
Oh, so my name's Mickey Mickelson. I'm the owner of Creative Edge Publicity, which is a traditional book publicity firm that represents a number of authors, many of whom are actually here tonight. And I've been working with Elizabeth for probably over 2 years now, if not longer, right, Elizabeth?
We're going in our third.
Yeah. So I represent 3 New York Times bestsellers, 3 USA Today bestsellers, one of which is here tonight, and Charles, and a number of different authors in a number of different veins. I'm co-owner of a literary magazine called Top Shelf Magazine, of which I co-own with Amy Ravichandran out of Texas, who owns Abundantly Social. And we represent all genres and all kinds of different things that we do. So yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mickey. It's nice to see you. I haven't seen you
Nice
in
to see you as
years.
well. Thank you for the invite.
We've been seeing each other through emails, but we haven't been seeing each other through face to face. So
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Lots
So I'm
of
going to bring, thank you so much, Mickey. And I'm happy that you got to come in, say a few words. Next, I'm going to jump into Dr. Karen. I'm going to try May at last one more time. And if I can't get May in, then we're going to jump to Nancy and we're going to wrap it up because we're 5 minutes out of closing this tea time down for 2023. So let me get Dr. Karen in here so she can share a little bit on how we know each other and some good news as well.
Well, hi, Elizabeth. How you doing? And for everybody, I am Dr. Karen Dodd. I am the owner of His Designs LLC, but the creator of the Proverbs 31 and 10 brand. And so I'm creatively bringing Christ to the nation, selling one t-shirt at a time. But I'm also a talk show host and also a speaker. And how I met Elizabeth is that she was speaking on a Leadership Experience Tour. And so I wanted to support her. So I brought a ticket from her and I ended up going to hear her speak and we just connected. So we've been connected on Facebook. And then just recently, drum roll, I did a contest. I was looking for the Ruby Girl of the Year, a woman that was outstanding, a woman that had impact in the community. And you'll never guess who won. Elizabeth won as the Ruby Girl of 2023. So y'all just congratulate her in the chat because she was just amazing throughout the whole contest. And I look forward to the collaboration in 2024.
Oh, thank you so much, Karen. It's a pleasure, and I can't see where we're going to go with this Ruby and Tea together. We're going to create some really good stuff and some workshops and all that. I'm going to try May one more time. If not, I'm going to call Nancy up, and Nancy's going to give me a quick update. And for everybody that wants to know why I kept Nancy last, because me and Nancy, we had a hoot, and she sent me this book. And guess what? Miss Liz is going to take a trip by herself somewhere. So look out. I might be coming to see you. May, can you hear me? May, are you there? Okay, she can't hear me, so I'm going to go over to Nancy.
She can hear you, Liz, but you need to unmute her. She's having trouble unmuting. There's less people in the room, so you should probably be able to unmute her pretty easily this time.
Yeah, she's not unmuting herself. I'm sending her requests, and she's not.
No, can you unmute her from your end?
Let me try really quick.
Since there's so few in the room now, you should be able to do that pretty easy.
Yeah, I think so, eh?
There should be a button at the bottom that allows you to just unmute yourself, to be honest. Just
yeah, no, it's not allowing me to do it.
Yeah. So on the settings at the very bottom of the screen, you'll have mute, stop video, all that. If you just
Yep.
click on the mute button, that'll unmute or mute you.
Depends on what device you're on, Mickey.
Well,
Yeah, no, it's not letting me unmute her. Ask to do. No,
The app
keeps
appears
bouncing
differently
off.
on different
So May,
devices.
we're gonna just get you to put all of your information into the comment section so people can reach out to you. We're gonna go to Nancy and we're gonna wrap it up. We got 2 minutes and then 2023 of Tea Time for Miss Liz is over. I'm trying not to cry because it was my biggest year so far. 161 tea times were done this year. So I am just blessed with all of you guys that gave me the time and honor. So Nancy, you rocked it the last time. I'm going to get you to rock it this time. So give us a quick update and thank you for the book. I am taking a trip. I will keep a drum roll and let everybody know where I'm going. And yes, I am taking a cruise. So that's all I'm giving. So Nancy, if you want to wrap it up with a song and all your good news and all that stuff.
Oh, Liz, you are the bomb. This has been really fun. I had no idea you had such a completely huge diversity of people. This has been so interesting. I love it. Lots of authors, lots of self-help people and helping the world. It's a wonderful thing. So I am an author also. I wrote a book called Work at Sea, See the World. That might be backwards, but it's all about how to get to work on a cruise ship. I started out as a jazz singer back in 2011 and actually found my happy place. So I've launched a program for musicians called Notes That Float to try to get them gigs on ships. And so in addition to the book, I'm using part of that. I also have another little program called Speak at Sea and Sail for Free, where if you are a speaker, I can connect you with people that will hook you up to be able to, get some bennies on board. Anyway, so that's what I've been up to. But oh my gosh, I didn't think you were going to make me sing, but I'll do it anyway, just because I figured, all right, why not? I said I could do it. So you're going to make me do it. I'll go for it. So, but considering the vast amount of nationalities we have here and the tremendous need for getting some peace in the world, I was going to do something Christmas and I think, nah, I'm going to go with this one. And hopefully this will resonate with everybody, because this is what we need more than anything on the planet at this time. It's a little peace. So I'll give you this one just to finish you off and send you home with some good vibes. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our Father, family all are we. Let me walk with my brother in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you so much, Nancy. I love it. And we do have a surprise guest that just popped in, and it's Terry Angel from Peace. So I think it just works out. So Terry, I'm going to bring you up and then we're going to close it up. And I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. All my listeners and viewers out there, share this tea time during the Christmas season. Reach out to my guests. If you'd like to collaborate or connect or buy any of their books, reach out to Miss Liz and I will connect you guys. And thank you again, Nancy, so much for being who you are and giving me that push to take a trip by myself.
Oh, Liz, get out there and do it, girl.
So Terry, you're going to wrap it up and then we're going to close it up for 2023.
Oh, I had the time wrong. I thought it started at 9 and I've been on the road today. So I just got to my destination where I'm at. I'm on a journey called the Peace on Earth Tour, and I travel throughout the whole United States, bringing peace into different areas and loving every minute of it. So I invite you to check out my website, angelspeakers.com, where you can find out about the Peace on Earth Tour and over 3 years now that I have been journeying throughout the nation and just bringing in peace. If you want me to come to where you are in your part of the world, just shoot me a message on the contact page and I'll gladly come by. We'll do a land blessing to bring more peace into your area. And I just want more peace. I also have a project called 10 Million for World Peace that I co-created with my partner, Marbeth Dunn. And we do a daily meditation at 1:11 Eastern Time every day to call in peace. It's very short. It's a 7-minute meditation, but it's packed with a punch. So I invite you to join in on that as well. So thank you, Miss Liz, for letting me jump in here last minute. I really appreciate it. You know, peace has to start inside of us. I love the song that was just sung. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin in me. And every night we chant for peace. And at the end of that chant, we have a declaration. And I would like to end with that. The declaration says, we declare that there is peace on earth, and we declare that peace begins inside of us. It has to be on the inside for it to go to the outside. Thank you all for letting me come in tonight and to be here with you.
Well, thank you so much, Terry. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Joseph, for picking on me. I love you guys. Like, we're like husband and wife, pick on each other all the time. Thank you, Deanne. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Nancy. Nance. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you, Jonah. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Lukeman. Thank you, Dr. Karen. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Simo. And thank you, May. May, please let me know your update and I will get it up there for you as well. May is an incredible person. Check her out. I know she couldn't get on tonight, but she's incredible. She's a mom of 10. Check that woman out. She got an empowering story. You want to check that book out.
Good night, John Boy, for those who get the reference.
Definitely.
And I want to wish you guys all a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Joyeux Noel, Happy Hanukkah, like whatever you celebrate, just bring peace in your life and let's all make a difference in 2024. Let's stay connected. And if you want to be back on Tea Time, my door is open for all of you guys. Once you come once, the door is open for you to come as many times as you want after that. So if you have any books, programs, projects, any of that good stuff, you come and check. Joseph, I know you're already going to pick on me. You're coming back. We know that already. You're coming a few times. Mickey, I really want to thank you for working with me for 3 years and continuing to bring incredible, incredible authors. Your clients are amazing.
Oh,
They're
thank you.
well
You got the schedule
respected.
today,
And
right? For 2024?
absolutely. We booked for a whole year. So Mickey has booked with Miss Liz for a whole year. So Miss Liz is almost booked for 2024. I only have 13 spots left. So who's going to be those 13 spots? We don't know. There's other people that I work with. So, and all of you guests will be on special tea times if you're coming back, if you're not booked within the 2024 season. I only have 100 slots next year. I'm taking the morning show out. We only have afternoon and evening shows. Miss Liz will be doing other things in the morning. There's some other cool things that will be happening. So stay tuned for that because it's not just a podcast. This is actually a mission. I'm on a mission to show that we can make a difference when we actually support one another. And I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for making 2023 the best year of my life. Thank you all and have a Merry Christmas. And I'll let you all sign off when you're ready to sign off. And then I'll close it up for the year of 2023.
So to
Thank you, Liz.
Miss
Bye-bye.
Liz's Mission Impossible.
Thank you so much.
Liz. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Liz.
Love you,
Bye,
Liz.
everyone.
Thank you,
Love
ma'am.
you.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry
Thank you so
Christmas.
Okay.
Sorry I was late. I got the time wrong, Miss Liz.
That's okay. I'm happy to see you, Mickey. It's been a long time we haven't seen each other.
Nice to meet all of you.
You
Lovely
too,
to meet
Mickey.
Lovely to meet you.
Everyone have a great Christmas and 24, and we'll talk soon, I'm sure, Miss Liz.
Absolutely.
Talk to
Peace,
you soon, Liz.
Everyone.
Lovely meeting everyone.
I'm hanging back.
Again. I was checking out Gloria's the journal. I think it's really lovely. I'm thinking of it for my girls, the girls program, to kind of keep them mindful and focused and, concentrating on their health and that kind of stuff. So I was just checking it out, but I don't think the 2024 one is out. No, I'm not seeing it on Amazon, so, but I'll be in touch
No, I
with
think,
it.
yeah, Small, I think Gloria's her new book is coming out just the end of December, the beginning of January.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Okay, great. I think it's something that really benefits the young ladies, We all need to kind of have that,
Absolutely.
something to streamline us and keep us focused, I think it's going to be
Absolutely.
good for me as well. So,
I think it'll help us all. Gloria's
yeah,
books are
definitely
amazing.
would. Yeah, really lovely. Really been a
Well, thank
privilege
you so
being here.
much.
So, yeah, so I'll have to jump on one of those tea times this year coming, kids. So see where you
Absolutely.
can
Yeah, we
fit
have to have you
me.
back. You were
Yeah.
on season 1, I believe, Simone. So we have to bring you
Yeah,
back.
it's been a few years, so it'll be nice to come back. I see great things for 2024, and I'm really looking forward to getting back in the groove of things, now that I've started back to communicate and network and that kind of stuff, So been off the
Yeah.
radar for a while, but it's time to start back living, so.
Absolutely.
Have a
Yeah.
happy new year, everyone.
Yes,
Thank
happy
you
New Year
so
to
much,
you,
Rick.
Rick.
Yeah, thanks so much. The new book, I forgot to mention, but I'll just mention it quick. It's called Paving. It's a new book about Jazz for Peace coming out on the 27th of this month. And it's called Rick Delarada, Paving the Path for Peace Through Music.
Awesome, Rick. Rick, send me that information through an email and I'll get
Great.
it up as an update.
Okay, will do. Great. Thanks so much.
Not a problem. Thank you so much. Thank you for playing tonight and singing. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Yeah, lovely.
Good
And
stuff.
then we have Jonas. Where's Jonas from? What are you
Thank
into,
you,
Jonas?
thank you, everyone. Thank you, Miss Liz. So we've been blessed, and then that was amazing, to see you guys. We love you.
Thank you so much, Jonah. Stay in touch and stay out of trouble because I'm watching you.
It's lovely meeting you guys. So we'll catch up. Have a great night.
Thank you so much, Imo. Thank you so much, Nancy, for tuning in and being here. It's a blessing. And
You're welcome.
This is how we serve tea, right? We serve tea of life.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah, we truly do. We truly do. It's a challenge sometimes, but we're champions. So I've got some really exciting stuff coming up with Daphne. So on January 21st, we have George Billings. He was one of the fellows on the Freedom Convoy. He is our guest. So we're going to be talking about courage under fire. And then the one and only Pat King is coming on with Jay Bernard.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Fucking just like,
you know what? I
yes.
need to get Pat King on Tea Time. I need to get George on Tea Time.
It's a big challenge because of their restrictions. So Pat is only allowed to speak about fundraising. So I'm like, well, that's perfect because Jay Bernard is fundraising for Empower to Recover.
Exactly.
So once we're able to find the space, that's it. So I'm getting married on February 14th of 2025 in Mexico. My brother is coming to play the piano. My girlfriend is going to sing. We have an officiate. I have my dress. It's just everything is falling into place so spectacularly. So we're going to Mexico in January, February, and we're going to find the venue. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It takes a lot of dedication to do what we're doing. So stay the course.
Absolutely. It's a lot of work. And this was just a touch of the iceberg of all of the people. There was over 362 interviews in 4 years.
My gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Incredible
Shy
people.
little
So
girl.
like if anybody hasn't seen any of the Tea Times, check out the YouTube channel, go back to
Yeah.
season 1, start with season 1, season 2, season 3. And you can see in season 1 that where Miss Liz just started off. And then I grew as the years went on. And I love that people the guests that have been on my platforms start their own podcasts, start their own platforms. Because then I can say, oh, you know what? I give them that little push, They got that little.
Well, we see others, and then
Yeah.
we at first we watch and we think, oh, I don't know. And then maybe I got Pat's hoodie. It says "Waiting for the King," and then it says something on the back. And I wore it today. And it was interesting to be standing in line in Sharper's Drug Mart, and you'd kind of look over the corner and you'd see someone kind of, you know.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling. It's a really good feeling. And there's a lot that's going to be coming forward. We've still got our fellows from the Coots. They're all still locked up. It's been over a year, Liz.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's been over a year. And they're fighting against each other in certain ways. Not the Coots fellas, but Tamara Lynch, her book came out. Daphne let me read it. And to read how she had a lot of good information, but for her to call Pat a big mouth, loud mouth, it's just like,
yeah, but it's like that with everything in life, right? You always have the one side, they're on your side while it's happening, but when when it gets divided, then it's who was better, who was this, who was that, you know, who said more, who did more action. You know, there's the connection and then there's the division. And when the division happens, then we have chaos, we have corruption, we have hate and shame and guilt, and you know, we get all this poison. And that's why I like to do what I'm doing with Tea Time and bring all of the guests for all different flavors, all different blends, all different diversities and, you know, countries out there, because it affects all of us. It affects the human race.
It's
doesn't
one
affect
great
just
big
Canada
ripple.
or US,
Yeah.
it affects everyone, right?
It affects everyone. And the more that we are able to be honest about what's going on in our lives, the more we have the opportunity to inspire and integrate. Integrate is a really good word, because we look at medicine. That's a hot topic, right? Did you get poked? Didn't you get poked? Are you taking this pill? Are you taking that pill? Where are you at with everything? Whereas when we can look at integrative life and integrative medicine, then we can see what works without throwing poop on each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's been really crazy, like, you know, and I see all of these incredible faces after so many years coming together, meeting each other. Had it not been for just 1 hour tea time, nobody would know it, you know. And then you get people that have known each other, and then they're like, how did you get on Tea Time? How do you know Miss Liz? And then I'm like, oh, you know, I've had that happen this year. A couple of guests, they already knew other people because they were on other podcasts, and they were like, oh, well, I know Miss Liz. Well, I know Miss Liz first. And I'm just like, okay, no fighting over Miss Liz.
It's funny,
you know,
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Sometimes I'll walk into an event and I'm like, Nancy Nance. And I'm like, oh, hey, I know you. You don't know you yet. How have we met? Like, did I miss something along the way? Or my grandbaby next one is due on Christmas Day. So Ralph's daughter. So I've got my t-shirt that says Nona Sparkles. I'm going to be rocking that. So much to be grateful for.
Yep.
So much. Yeah. Yeah. So
it's been an incredible year. Like I said, 161 tea times in 1 year. I didn't think I could pull it off, but I did. It's a lot of work, a lot of work.
Yeah,
I'm
it
a
is.
one-person team, so I don't have anybody else helping me.
Yeah,
you know,
me too.
so it is a lot of work, but it is worth it. When I get to see everybody together, then that's my payment of seeing everyone together.
How's your health, honey?
I'm dealing with some stuff, so that's why I took out the morning show, and that I will be taking care of myself more and my health. If we can't take care of ourselves, how can we help others, right? So I am taking care of my cup and going to be taking care of it. So yeah,
Good to
my
hear.
voice is starting to cut out. The muscle spasms and stuff and that are getting a little bit more. So glitches in my face. My eyes right now are stable, so that's a good thing. But my hearing is going. So you know, it's give or take. But we just continue on and we do what we can. But I have enough content and enough guests that have come that can help Miss Liz when Miss Liz gets to the point where she, you know, where I can't anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because I want this to continue. And if I can't continue it, maybe one of my guests can take it over, or somebody I've met take it over and open it
Yes.
in a different way, right? So
Yes. Yes. With your guidance, for sure.
yeah.
For
So
sure.
yeah. So I'm taking every day the best I can and that, and
Mhm.
I'm holding strong. So I'm looking at different options, different things that we can do. That's why next year will be my last year for podcasting. And then I will see where I go from there. So we're going to give
Mhm.
it one last year, wrap it up, and then maybe open some doors some other way. Maybe a virtual, maybe a public stage, maybe open events, public events, stuff like that again. So
And where's the cruise ship taking you?
oh, I am going to leave that because I have 2 dates that I have to pick, so it's either
Okay.
or. But yeah, Nancy sent me this book, and oh my goodness, yeah, I'm just like,
Is
okay,
one of
I
them
guess
Italy?
no, it's either Norwegian or Alaskan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I can't do tropical because I'm deadly allergic to coconut. So we're
Okay.
trying to find a cruise that has less coconut, because then I can go in certain areas and stuff like that. So because of food allergies and stuff like that, I want to be very careful, because coconut is a deadly it could kill me. So I don't want to
Wow.
I don't want to take a cruise and die, right? I just want to go and have some
No.
fun. Yeah. And it'll be by myself. So I'm doing an independent trip by myself to empower myself. It's almost like eat, love, and pray.
Yes. Yes.
So
Good.
yeah.
Good. Well,
So
enjoy. I love you so very, very much. I'm so happy for you.
yeah, and like I said, I might just disappear for a couple of months and then pop up and show everybody who Miss Liz and where
Yeah.
I've been. So, there
Good.
might be a
That'll
journey.
be fun. That'll be
Yeah.
fun. Okay, well,
Yeah.
have a wonderful rest of your holiday season.
Well, thank you, and Merry Christmas to you.
Thank
And
you.
I want to thank you, Nancy, for tuning in. It was really a
You're
pleasure
welcome.
having you. Thank
My
you so much.
absolute pleasure. Love you.
I love you, girl. Merry
Talk
Christmas.
soon. Merry Christmas.
And that is a wrap for 2023. We had a little bit less than what we expected, but that's okay, because you know what? It wasn't a mandatory tea time. It was a tea time of bringing people together. I really want to thank each and every one of my guests who took the time to sit and share their updates. Check out the comment section. Miss Liz has put all the information there. If you're looking for a certain guest that was on and you want their information and you can't see it in the comment section, please reach out to me. You can reach me at my email address at bookingmissliz@gmail.com, or you can check me out on my website. And again, this was a free event, so share this with your families. And if you'd like to make a donation to help Miss Liz with future projects and events, you can do that on my website as well at www.misslizsteatimes.com. It is not necessary. It does help Miss Liz with the mission, but I really just want you guys to enjoy the time and the conversations that we had tonight, and just understand that gathering during this time means a lot to Miss Liz. And I want to thank you all. And we're going to wrap up 2023 and we're going to start 2024. I believe we're going to start, the first show is January 4th. And the release for that will be going into the press releases, and also will be on the website, so you can check out the guests that are coming in January of 2024. Until then, I will wish you guys all a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, have a safe and enjoyable season. And if you need anything, Miss Liz is only a cup of tea away. Until then, take care, and I'll see you.